Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. My name is Henry Lawrence, and in this episode, you're going to hear exactly what you need to hear to step into gear, to shift to your higher self, to find that motivation and expand into the life of your dreams. Make sure to stay tuned to the very end because we're going to take a deep, healing, meditative breath to help us align on this message and move forward into the day. Okay, I have to say it this way, and I don't know how anyone else to say it. It's your time. Yes, life is hard. Yes, there's excuses. Yes, there's true reasons as why you shouldn't do it right now. There's things in your life where if you were to share it with anybody and everybody, they would agree that you should wait. They would agree that that's difficult. They would agree why you're taking a break. They would agree why you're exhausted. They would agree why you are burnt out. But I am telling you right now that it is your time. Do you think that you rise to greatness when circumstances are perfect? Do you think that you become your higher self when everything is laid out for you? Do you think that you can expand, that you can grow, that you become more powerful, more strength draws within you when everything is easy? No. In fact, the opposite happens. When things are easy, you start to become adrift. You start to just float. You don't need to be strong. You don't need to be focused. You don't need to be dialed in. But you need all those things right now to succeed. See, you need to draw on your strength. You need to draw on your higher self. You need to draw on your persistence, on your patience, on your goal, your vision, your everything right now. But see, when you start drawing on them, when you start saying, okay, I have to be strong in this moment. When you start saying, okay, I have to motivate me in this moment. Okay, when you say, I have to make the hard decision in this moment. I have to say no to this food. I have to say no to hanging out with these people. I have to say yes to going to do the workout. I have to say yes to doing the extra work. I have to say yes to making the extra phone call. I have to say yes to the things that uplift me and no to the things that keep me comfortable. When you decide that, that's when you level up. God knew what he was doing when he designed this experience. The universe is designed to perfection. You see, belief is when things start to happen. When you believe something, you can receive it. It's not about receiving the material thing. So I'm not saying when you believe you're a millionaire, you're going to receive a millionaire. I say when you believe that you can find peace, you'll find it. I say when you believe that when you can find love, you can find it. I say when you believe that you can find joy, you can find it because you don't need the world to change. It's already there. It's your perception that's off. Your perception is your reception. So if you believe things are bad, you're going to see it as bad. If you believe things are hard, you're going to see it as hard. But when you believe that something is good, you will find the good. When you believe that something is possible, you're going to find the way that it's possible. But belief is different than hoping. Belief is different than wishing. Belief is nonstop persistence in it, meaning when you believe something truly, you will not stop till you achieve it because you believe it's there. If you believe there is something good in something, you will constantly look till you find the good. There's a study that they've done on mice, and you can look this up. They take mice, and it's not a pretty one. This is a sad thing, so if you love animals, this might be hard to hear. But they will take mice, and they will drop them in water to drown. And they're in this bowl, and they're swimming and swimming. When they drop this mouse in there, they time it. When they drown, it's so quick. They give up and they drown. Now that's sad. But there's something that's very important to understand here. When they take the same mice from the same group, they put them in that water, and just before they drown, they take them out. They rescue them. And then they put them back in the water. They swim for so much longer because they believe that something is going to happen. You have to believe to receive the other side. You don't have to believe to get. This is not about getting things. This is about becoming the thing. So this hardship that's stopping you from succeeding is really what's meant to make you succeed. This hurt that's stopping you from healing is actually what's meant to make you heal. You don't know what love truly is until you become the provider of it where it's absent. If you've been around love all your life, it's all you've ever experienced, then you just know that as something. But when you come from no love, hurt, pain, rejection, letdown, trauma, then you learn how to love. And then you start loving the things that did those to you. Then you truly understand what love is, because you are the creator of it. If we are truly made in God's image, God, the creator of all this, then we are made in the image of a creator. So we are creators, not image of this body with the legs and the arms and the face and all that stuff. No, it's the actual energy. And I'm not saying we are God, but if we're made in the image, that means we are creators and observers of our experience too, because that's what He is. That's what the universe is. And we are extensions of that. So create the belief that something is positive. Create the belief that something is possible. Create the belief that you can go to the next level, and you will. And I know the negative people listening, the people that are struggling, can think of every reason of an example of why it didn't work. They'll think of the person that was so positive. They were so locked in their dreams. They were doing so well. They were accomplishing their job. They were in shape. They were healthy. They were doing so good. And then they got cancer and died at 25. How did they attract that? Just by the fact that you're asking that question is showing that you're not ready to perceive that there's more than just what you're witnessing. You think that the physical life is all there is? This is about something so much more. You are having an experience in this life. This life is not the everything. You're experiencing it. Meaning your experience continues past it. So you need to work on the things that level you up into becoming. So when you do exit this life, which every single person does, you carry that energy on to what's next. You see, if you're so limited to think that a negative thing happening to you here is the end-all be-all, then you are saying that you are only as powerful as this physical experience that ends. You are an abundant being having a physical experience in these human bodies that come from the dirt, and we'll go back to it. You are so much more. You are so much more. The greatest way to deceive, the greatest way to control, the greatest ways to empower myself is to let you empower me. You see, the law of attraction says like attracts like. So if I know how to become attractor of what I desire on this earth, and I know that's true, then I will teach you to attract what I don't want on this earth. I will tell you that this person is bad, that these things are bad, and I will show you reasons and clues as why it's true. Then you'll start to believe it. Then you'll start resonating with that. And that allows the other things on this earth, this abundant earth where everything is available, to flow freely to me because I'm distracting you. You are just as powerful as me. You are just as powerful as the people in the government. You are just as powerful as anybody and everybody because we're created in the image of the Creator. That's it. Maybe there's angels on this earth. Maybe there's high-level beings on this earth that have higher understanding, but they're all frequency. You could become that too if you learned how to shift your frequency to the higher level, but they are tested. They are tested, and they know they would never allow their frequency and their belief to come to where yours is, because if it did, then they would become you. When you have that belief of true understanding of like, oh, if I operate in love no matter what, then I am truly love. It doesn't mean bad things won't happen to you. You can look at so many religions, so many people, so many prophets or whatever you want to call it, that lived a holy life, a loving life, and the worst things happened to them. You can pick the Bible, you can pick Jesus, you can pick whatever. The worst things happened to them, but they operated as if. Is that not the message? They didn't do good and then they received all good things. There's many people that do bad and receive what we call good things. This earth is not meant to be the reward. This earth is the training ground. This earth is the school. This struggle that you're going through is the path. So where you feel the burning, where you feel the hurt, where you feel the loss, where you feel the burnout, that is the message of that's where I learn to love. That's where I learn to expand. This physical body will eventually fail. This physical mind will eventually fail. But your soul will not when your pursuit is clear. The obstacles will change. The heartaches will change. The weight will change. But your persistence of belief can never change. So we're going to take a deep breath. And when you breathe in, just pick that one frequency. It can be love, abundance, joy, happiness, clarity, whatever it is you need. And as you breathe in, say it over and over and over again. And as you hold your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. Once you exhale, allow anything that no longer resonates with you to leave you so that we can move forward in this positive energy. I'm going to pick abundance. I need abundance in my life. You see, I need abundance of energy. I need abundance of spirit. I need abundance of fuel, of power, of belief, all of it. So as I bring in and hold my breath, I'm going to say abundance, abundance, abundance. As I hold my breath, I'm going to visualize myself doing anything and everything abundantly, as if I have the energy of God himself flowing through me with no end. And as I exhale, I'm going to allow anything that no longer resonates with me to leave me. Pick yours. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And down. This is all happening for you. It may not feel that way, but it's happening for your internal state to grow. This is how I rise up and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.